Welcome to Quick Takes Sony FX6 edition. Yeah, so this is a behind the scenes. I'm like in the weeds, putting the FX6 through its paces. And I started looking at some of the footage, as I'm capturing the clip and then bringing it into playback. And I got excited and I figured, you know what? This is a good opportunity to show you all what it is that I'm working on, which is why I'm doing this whole BTS type shot here. And let you guys know what it is that I'm really excited about. The camera by itself is actually surprising me in so many ways, because what I'm really learning by shooting on the FX6 and as I go through these different tests is that Sony makes it easy to get the shot. And I still have a lot of control over my shot, which is comforting in a lot of ways, and it's really exciting. So I'm going to show you guys the different picture profiles, which are not really profiles, they're scenes that are available on the FX6. And just so you all know, my favorite is S-Log3 Cine S-Gamma 3. So that is going to be the first one that we take a look at, and I'll show you guys what it looked like when I actually captured it. So clearly there's a lot of dynamic range available to us to manipulate in post, right? Now let's take a look at what happens when we do a color transform into Rec 709 and what that image actually looks like.
Dreaming of you, 'cause I don't have a choice. Lay on your curse, 'cause it's your universe. Rip the heartbeat out of my chest.
So I did a little bit of tweaking on the color transform because I did want to bring the midtones up just a tad so that the non-key side or the dark side of my face actually came up and I could get a little bit more detail. The overall look I'm really pleased with. I feel like this is where I'm going to live 99.9% of my time when I'm shooting on the Sony FX6. Can the image get any better? Let's find out. To do this, all I'm going to do is drop my own LUT, the Cinetone LUT, on top of this corrected image. And let's see what that looks like.
Hot like a lead balloon that fell from the sky. Stare at the moon, see a light in the night. Your spirit is on my mind. Ooh, I smell when you plant a seed. I touch and I turn till I'm lost in your seat.
Let's find out what happens when we switch from S-Log3 over to S-Cinetone on the FX6. So this is the FX6 with Cinetone on. I had to stop the lens down to f5. I am using all the available ND in camera, and this is the kind of exposure that I'm getting if I want to retain the background. Okay, so this is now Cinetone. I'm at f2.8 on the lens, and I'm maxing out the NDs on the FX6. I can't retain exposure in the background, so that's gone. It's clipped. What do you guys think? I mean, it isn't that the image looks bad, but you can clearly see that we took a substantial hit, or what I would consider to be a substantial hit on dynamic range. We are crushing all of the dark areas of this image, but can we bring back any of that image? Let's give it a shot and let's find out. Okay, so this is now Cinetone. I'm at f2.8 on the lens, and I'm maxing out the NDs on the FX6. I can't retain exposure in the background, so that's gone. It's clipped. So unfortunately, S-Cinetone on the FX6 appears to be whatever you captured in camera, that's your end result, because the amount of pushing and pulling that you can do in post is really limited. And if you choose to push it a little bit too much, you will actually break the codec. It doesn't look pleasing. You begin to get all kinds of pixelated color noise that is very difficult to clean up without completely softening your image. Now let's take a look at Rec. 709 straight out of the Sony FX6. This is Rec. 709 straight out of the FX6, and it looks like it's doing overall a better job with the background than the previous picture profile, which is kind of interesting. That was standard previously. This is the Rec. 709. We are still clipping information, but it's also hanging on to more information. The real question will be how much of this underexposed area can actually bring back. To my surprise, the Rec. 709 capture right into the FX6 looks actually really good, and it does a better job of managing the dark areas of the image, as well as a better job, in my opinion, of protecting the highlights and the super whites. So there's only one other profile left, and that is the standard. So let's take a look at what that actually does and see if that's even useful or if that's something that I would consider. So this is now standard on the FX6. And it looks like it's retaining more information in the background, but it also made everything here a lot darker. Like, that's probably where I would want my exposure to be on the, this offset key. So all in all, standard appears to oversaturate colors, and it's really not for me, but it does a decent job at protecting highlights, and it does a decent job at dealing with gradients. So all in all, I think that for me, I'm going to go full circle. Let's just take a quick look again at S-Log3 Cine with S-Gamut 3. This is where I'm going to live. This is what I'm most comfortable with. It is easy to grade. It is easy to work with. And when I drop my Cinetone LUT on top of it, I feel like it looks really, really good. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below and let me know. I'll continue to do these BTS quick takes on the FX6 if it's something that you guys are interested in. If not, we can wait a couple weeks or months, and then I will do a full review. Until next time, I'm Carlos with MediaOnQ, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.